winter blast and questions about the blast in Las Vegas. It's 5 and 10 from Skywatch TV. 5 things you need to know in about 10 minutes for Monday, January 6th, 2025. I'm Derek Gilbert, working at home today because we had some ice last night. I made the mistake of walking the 30 steps from our back door to our home studio last year during an ice storm, after an ice storm, and not going to repeat that mistake. And that leads to item number 5 today, which is Winter Storm Blair, which hit the United States Sunday, as continuing today as we record this. Winter Storm Blair has prompted winter storm warnings across the country from Kansas to the mid-Atlantic. Chapman, Kansas, as of Sunday night, reporting 18 inches of snow. Winter storm warnings in effect across a belt ranging from eastern Kansas to the eastern seaboard, Washington, D.C., Virginia Beach, other cities in the path of the storm, St. Louis, Louisville, Indianapolis, Dayton, Cincinnati, Columbus, Pittsburgh, Philadelphia. Nasty. And worse, a big band of ice was accompanying the heavy snow across most of Kentucky, some in southern Indiana, West Virginia, and Virginia as well. And forecasters are saying we may see another winter storm later this week. Where is global warming when you need it? By the way, we know our friends in the UK also dealing with a round of snow and freezing rain as well. Again, it just makes you wish that global warming was a thing. Topic number 4, New Year's Day. You know by now there were 2 terror attacks here in the United States on New Year's Day. 14 people killed in New Orleans early New Year's Day when a rented pickup truck was driven down Bourbon Street, which normally is blocked off with pipe bollards. Those are pipes that are basically embedded in the street, but they've been removed to renovate them, to repair them before the Super Bowl, which is coming up in early February. The crowd out there celebrating the early hours of January 1st. The driver, identified as 42-year-old Shamsud Din Jabbar, got out of the truck after he ran into a cherry picker forklift and engaged police in a gun battle. Police eliminated him as a threat. Jabbar reportedly had mounted an Islamic State flag on the back of his truck. And then later on New Year's Day, a Tesla Cybertruck exploded in front of the Trump Hotel in Las Vegas. Driver identified as 37-year-old active duty U.S. Green Beret Matthew Livelsberger. Jabbar, by the way, also former military. Livelsberger reportedly left a note on the Notepad app on his cell phone, and somehow investigators were able to extract data from the scorched phone, and it appears to read like a suicide note. That is a little odd, but I know they've got powerful data extraction tools when hard drives are damaged. But what's more odd is that Livelsberger reportedly died of a gunshot to the head prior to the detonation of the fireworks and fuel oil in the back of the Cybertruck. Now, we don't know that the gunshot occurred simultaneously with the detonation or how one would be able to shoot oneself while at the same time detonating. I mean, was there a timer on the explosive? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Thankfully, no one else hurt in the attack, which, given it occurred in a Cybertruck outside a Trump hotel, reads to me like somebody sending a message to Elon Musk and Donald Trump less than 3 weeks before Trump's inauguration. Topic number 3, ramping up security. Not coincidentally, Voice of America's chief national correspondent Steve Herman released an urgent security update from the Pentagon. Department of Defense releasing this in response to those attacks in New Orleans and Las Vegas. All U.S. military bases in the U.S. are now implementing heightened security measures, including 100% ID checks, random inspections of vehicles at the gates, and suspension of the Trusted Traveler Program, which was a procedure that allowed the Department of Defense affiliated sponsors to vouch for the occupants and vehicles that showed up at the gates of our military bases. That seems a little lax. Now, I say this with no background in security or the military, but again, that is being suspended as of now, which is a good idea. Now, even though we've been told there's no connection between the New Orleans attacker and the Las Vegas explosion, something has spooked the Department of Defense. Is it related to the millions of unvetted migrants who've crossed our borders since Joe Biden became president? We note that former CIA targeting officer Sarah Adams told Sean Ryan on his podcast recently that she believes there are more than 1,000 members of Al-Qaeda inside the borders of the United States presently. Topic number 2, a make-believe republic. After, or just before rather, we went on Christmas break, December 19th, Wall Street Journal ran a story titled, "How the White House Functioned with a Diminished Biden in Charge." This is reported as a scoop by the Wall Street Journal on how the White House staff protected Joe Biden from day one in office to prevent the world from knowing just how cognitively impaired he was. The thing is, this story only is a surprise to people who weren't getting their news from the corporate media, the artificial reality construct bought and paid for by the billionaire owners of the corporate media who have a vested interest in protecting the status quo. Anyone who's been paying attention, it was obvious that Mr. Biden was never fit to serve as president of the United States, but we all pretended, or the media, I should say, the corporate media pretended that he was, until suddenly the debate last June with President Trump. Who knew? Well, again, if you were paying attention, you did. But the other implication here is one that's more disturbing, one that we need to consider. By reporting that Joe Biden was cognitively impaired from day one of his presidency 4 years ago, the Wall Street Journal and now the corporate media at large, because more and more of these stories are now leaking out to the press, admitting that the United States ran effectively without a president for the last 4 years, which begs the question, who then is actually running the country? And does any president, regardless of how cognitively functional he or she may be, actually have the kind of control over the executive branch of government that we, the people, are told that he or she does? In other words, is the president nothing more than a figurehead for a permanent bureaucracy that wields power from the shadows? And the other question, will Donald Trump be able to outmaneuver the deep state during his second term in office? Coming up, news from Canada, breaking news, crooks are stupid. I will explain next on 5 and 10.
Ladies and gentlemen, right now you can help the Skywatch TV ministry continue to broadcast the gospel of Jesus Christ to the four corners of the world and receive your very own copy of this incredible new work when you order the Destination Earth Ultra Collection. This incredible collection not only includes the brand new book Destination Earth, Ancient Aliens, the Ancient of Days, and the ancient plot to hybridize humanity that reveals for the first time ever Christ's own words that refute the alien God interpretation, who and what aliens originally were according to the Bible, how they fit into the Antichrist's agenda, and more. But you'll also receive the documentary film, The Great Delusion, the second coming of Earth's oldest enemy, that exposes why the Vatican is in possession of a telescope named Lucifer, why the ancient and mysterious civilization known as the Anasazi suddenly disappeared from historic record, how alien abductions might be connected with Chapter 6 of the Book of Genesis, and so much more, featuring legendary interviews with Dr. Chuck Missler, L.A. Marzulli, Dr. Thomas Horn, Nick Pope, and more. But that's not all. You'll also receive the best-selling book, Encounters, Extraordinary Accounts of Angelic Intervention and What the Bible Actually Says About God's Messengers by Allie Anderson and Donna Howell. This paradigm-shattering work details true accounts of angelic intervention as told by those who have experienced them. It reveals how misconceptions regarding angels came to be and how the early church unintentionally propagated the myth that these beings are weak. And frameworks the fierce capacity of angels' powers, including their strength in warfare, ability to fly, and how they manipulate earthly elements to carry out God's will, and more. All of these items hold a retail value of over $65. Yours now for your donation of only $45, which includes free shipping to all U.S. orders. Support the ministry of Skywatch TV today. You can scan the QR code on your screen using the camera app on your phone for instant access to this special opportunity. You can also visit us at skywatchtvstore.com or call 1-844-750-4985 and ask for the Destination Earth Ultra Collection right now.
Item number 1 today, crooks are cognitively impaired. And it's good that many of them are, else we would be overrun. Police in Hamilton, Ontario responded to a robbery at a branch of the Bank of Montreal recently. Man decided to rob the bank and rolled up to the bank on a bicycle. He showed up on a two-wheeler to rob the bank, pretended that he had a weapon inside his jacket. Bank staff wasn't buying it, so the young man decided, okay, well, he would just give up, and he left. But his day was about to get worse, because as he got outside the bank, he discovered that his bicycle, which he had left outside unchained, expecting to have to make a quick getaway with cash on his back or what have you, somebody had made off with his bicycle. No honor among thieves, apparently. Well, the man somehow still managed to evade police. He is still at large. Police now looking for 2 suspects, the failed would-be bank robber and the guy with his bicycle. This week on Skywatch TV, we begin the first program of a series based on, the new book that I've co-authored with Donna Howell and Allie Anderson, Destination Earth. The question this week is, Jesus an alien? The people behind the ancient aliens hypothesis would assume so, but it's a valid question. He is fundamentally, ontologically, as scholars would say, not like you and me. So what is he? We addressed that this week. The answer, by the way, just to, spoiler alert, the answer is no. He is not an alien, not in the extraterrestrial sense. You can watch the program right now at skywatchtv.com. All of our video content always there, of course. You can also catch it right now on our broadcast program. The over-the-air program schedule is posted at skywatchtv.com/channels. We've also got it on our set-top box channel. If you've got Skywatch TV installed on Roku, Apple TV, or Amazon Fire Stick, or a smart TV, Roku or Fire TV, you can watch it right now, right there. And of course, you can also catch it over the interwebs, youtube.com/@Skywatch Television or rumble.com/Skywatch TV. But better yet, you can guarantee we never get canceled by downloading our free app to your smartphone or tablet, whether it's iOS, Android, or Amazon Kindle Fire. We have an app for that, and links to those app stores at skywatchtv.com/app. Hey, I'm going to be on Coast to Coast AM tonight talking about Destination Earth. If you are up late tonight, that's Monday night into Tuesday morning, midnight to 2 a.m. Central Time, 10 p.m. to midnight Pacific Coast Time here in the United States. You can catch that program, and just appreciate your prayers that I'll be awake, alert, and thinking clearly tonight as we present a Christian perspective on the modern UFO, UAP, and alien, put that in air quotes, alien abduction phenomenon. Thank you for watching as we keep watch. I'm Derek Gilbert. This is 5 in 10 from Skywatch TV.